Hi everybody. Today I'm going to talk about some of my, I don't know if I'll necessarily call it plastic surgery, but plastic surgery type procedures that I've had done. I am 35. There will come a time for those of you that may be younger that are watching this video where you will come to the point where you will consider these procedures that I had done. If you guys are violently opposed to any kind of cosmetic procedures, then don't watch this video. It's not for you. For those of you that are interested or considering it, then please go ahead and watch. The two procedures that I've had done are Botox and IPL. I'm sure everybody has heard of Botox, and you know what Botox is. It's basically a derivative from the botulism organism, and what it does is it paralyzes your muscles. So, and from what I understand too, it kind of helps with people to stop sweating. So I've heard that some celebrities will have it injected in their armpits so they don't sweat. I didn't do that. The reason why I decided to have Botox was that about a year ago I was really super stressed out at work, and it was really starting to show in my face. And yes, I was stressed out, but was I angry all the time? No. Did I look like I was angry all the time? Yes. By the mere fact that I had this terrible line here in between my brows because I was always constantly doing this. I was doing it and I didn't even know that I was doing it. My muscles were just trained. I held a lot of stress in my brow area, and it was just an automatic. I would be doing this and I wouldn't even realize that I was, see, I can't even do it that well anymore. And I didn't realize that I was doing it. I have very sensitive eyes to bright light, and so it would maybe start in the car and then I would go in and it would still be doing it. I would talk to people, or I would be thinking about something, and I was constantly furrowing my brow, and I had a really deep line right in here. Has it faded? Yes, quite a bit. So yes, it was vanity that I decided to do it because I didn't like that deep crease between my brows, and also kind of not just vanity, but the fact that I wanted to be more approachable to people, because people that I was working with and the patients that I was taking care of were always making comments, are you upset? Why are you mad? And I wasn't. So there were kind of two factors that kind of played into my decision to have the Botox done. Botox is, at least where I went to a med spa, and the way that the physician there charged for the Botox, he charged per unit of product. And what I mean by a unit is they draw it up in an insulin syringe. So it's a teeny tiny syringe, and so it was, I think it was $12 per unit that they injected. I think he put 7 injections in my brow area, so it was around $240. Now, that may sound like a large investment to some of you, but honestly, if you stop and you think about it, it lasted longer than 6 months. It's been a year since I've had it, and yes, while I can still furrow my brow, it's nothing like it was before. And honestly, the thing that I think it really helped me with the most was the mere fact that it helped me retrain those muscles. Like, the muscles don't just automatically do that anymore. I mean, I really have to think and I have to concentrate to do that. And I am using some different muscles to do it. So, is Botox fail-proof? Is it an answer to everything as far as your wrinkles go? No, by no means. I'm still able to raise my eyebrows and make facial expressions. My overall experience with it has been very positive. I had asked the doctor while I was there getting the injection if I needed to have some Juvederm or something injected into that crease area. He said no, that it would fade and get lighter and less deep as I stopped furrowing my brow. And he was right. He was absolutely right. I mean, I was prepared to shell out the extra money and have the filler put in, but I didn't really need it at the time because, as you can see, it has faded quite a bit because I just don't do it all the time. Now, he mainly paralyzed just these muscles right in here, so I really have to think about it, And when the Botox was in its full strength effect, I had to push with the muscles way out here just to do anything. And it wouldn't even, I mean, there was a point where I was so numb that I couldn't even move my brows in at all, which was kind of a good thing, but it was kind of weird too. I have just little starts of maybe some little creases right here because I was moving my brows in with some different muscles. So you have to be aware that you may get rid of one wrinkle and develop some creases in different areas because you're using different muscles to make the same face that you used to make. So it's not fail-proof, and it's not going to be an answer for everything unless you want to freeze your entire face, but honestly, who wants to walk around looking like a mannequin? So for me, it has served my purposes. It has been a year since I've had the injection. I am quite pleased with it. I still actually have, I feel like it may still be a bit effective in there. I'm considering having another injection here shortly, but will it require the 7 or 8 injections that I had last time? No. You know what? I think I had 12 injections. So anyway, do I think that it's going to require as many this next time? No, absolutely not. The product, when they put it in, like I said, it is an insulin needle. I wish I should have grabbed one. They're just teeny tiny minuscule needles. They're smaller than a sewing needle. It did not hurt at all. He didn't numb it or anything. You could by all means, I'm sure, ask for it and they could numb the area for you, but it's not that bad. They just wiped it off with alcohol. He had me furrow my brows and he injected the needle and put the solution in. And then they kind of tell you to exercise the muscle a bit to kind of spread the Botox within the muscle area that they've injected. And it takes 48 to 72 hours before you can see that it's actually working. So for 3 days I was still able to furrow my brow and make the face. And but then by the time I hit that 3rd day, it was like, okay, well, it's getting a little bit harder. And then I'd say by the end of the week, I was like pretty much frozen in this area. That complete frozen effect lasted maybe a month, and then I kind of figured out how I could use different muscles, and so I could still furrow, but it wasn't in the same way or the same intensity. How long is this? Okay, I have some time. Okay, so that was my experience with Botox. I did have one side effect. It only happened to me twice. And it wasn't any time near when I had the injection. I think it was maybe in the 2nd month. I had this freakish, and I'm not even sure if it was even related to the Botox, but I had this freakish, it was maybe less than a minute, where my eyebrow and this upper lid would just swell really big, and it would just feel weird, and then it would completely go away. I mean, completely gone, like it had never happened. So, was it related to the Botox? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So for me, my experience has been very positive. For those of you that are considering Botox, it is something that you certainly need to go into being educated and aware. You need to trust and get a reputable doctor to inject it. You need to make sure that the product is good and that they're drawing it up in a clean and aseptic, not necessarily sterile, but a very clean technique. And just be prepared for the fact that it's going to take a few days before you see the effect, and the duration of the effect is going to be different for everybody. They told me that it could last on average from 3 to 6 months. I personally feel like I still have some residual effects, and it's a year later. So everybody's going to be different. It just kind of depends on how your body's going to metabolize that solution once it's in the body. And it also, more than anything for me, is I think it helped retrain my muscles to just stop automatically just clenching and furrowing in. I do feel a lot less as far as stress and headache since I've had the Botox, because I really was holding a lot of stress in my brow area. So that is my Botox experience. I am going to go ahead and do another video right after this about IPL. So thank you guys for watching. If anybody has any other questions, comments, concerns, please leave me a note down below. If you're a hater, you might as well just forget wasting your time, because I'm going to delete your comments. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.